Thank you. So welcome everyone to the Economic and Industry Development Committee, number 4 of 2022. I can see that we have all members in attendance. There are no apologies. Welcome to country. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land upon which we meet. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, as the keepers of the traditions, cultures and stories of our proud people. Are there any declarations of interest? No. So I have one. In accordance with Section 150 EQ of the Local Government Act 2009, I, Councillor Nicole Jonick, inform the meeting that I have a declarable conflict of interest in item 2, titled Event Sponsorship 2022 Gulf Western Oil Winternationals, not Winternats. The nature of the interest is that my husband, Julian Jonick, is a lifelong member of Willowbank Raceway. Although I have a declarable conflict of interest, I do not believe a reasonable person could have a perception of bias because I do not have any involvement in the sponsorship process, nor does my husband, and I am not privy to Willowbank Raceway's business dealings. I invite other councillors to determine if I can continue to participate in the decision process. Mayor?
Chair, are you or your husband office bearers of Willowbank Raceway?
No.
No. In that case, I move that Councillor Jonick participates and votes on item 2, entitled Event Sponsorship 2022 Gulf Western Oil Winter Nationals, because there's no personal financial benefit to the council and therefore a reasonable person could trust that the final decision is made in the public interest.
Thank you, Mayor. And seconded by Councillor Fechner. Yep. Thank you. So all those in favour? It's unanimous and carried. So moving on to item number 1 of the committee, we're looking just to confirm the minutes from the last Economic and Industry Development Committee. Can I get a mover? Thank you, Councillor Fechner, and seconded by thank you, Councillor Kunzelman. Any discussion? No. And all those in favour? And unanimously carried. Thank you. So item number 2 is the event sponsorship for the 2022 Gulf Western Oil Winter Nationals. The recommendation is that Willowbank Raceway receive $35,000 excluding GST of financial support for the Gulf Western Oil Winter Nationals of 2022. So I will move that. Can I get a seconder? Thank you. Sorry, would anyone like to speak to the relevant officer in relation to this? No? Any discussion? No. Just to, I guess, highlight that it's a really successful event. It was really successful last year. And with the restrictions and easing and sentiment in our communities, I think that it's going to be bigger than ever. Hopefully it doesn't rain on the track, but it's really proud to have this race strip in our local government area. So can't wait to attend.
Picking up on that sentiment, Councillor Jonick, I think, the locals are really ready to get out and support all of the events that are happening across our city. We just saw an amazing attendance at Planes, Trains and Autos over the weekend, which was just an amazing turnout from our community. So, the more events that Ipswich City Council supports, particularly those ones that are in growth periods. So last year to this year's numbers of the Winternats will be one that we can keep an eye on. I know that everyone who attended last year had a wonderful time, so more people getting that experience this year will be absolutely awesome. If you can bear the smell and the sting of your eyes.
Bear the smell?
Because it does get pretty full on,
Really?
down on the track. But that's why everyone, as part of that Willowbank Raceway community, absolutely love hosting an event like this out there. So I speak in favour of supporting this event.
Yeah, it's really a real unique opportunity that we get to be part of this for our community and the surrounds. I think obviously the economic impact for our city is really, really positive, and I believe there will be a lot of people hanging for some finals after the rain come down in the New Year's thunder just before their final races. So hopefully, they get to see the finalisation of this one, and yeah, wonderful. So I'll ask for votes now. All those in favour? I can see that is unanimous and carried. Thank you. Moving on to item 3, which is the event sponsorship for CMC Rocks 2022. The recommendation is that Council enter into a new 4-year event agreement with CMC Rocks Proprietary Limited with a base payment of $100,000 excluding GST each event, and a performance payment based on growth of interstate and/or overseas visitors to a total cumulative financial commitment of no more than $630,000 excluding GST over 4 financial years. Does anyone want to speak to the relevant council officer on this one? Yeah, Mayor.
My question will be about, Chair, about Tourism and Events Queensland's contribution. I'm not sure which council officer can speak to that.
Miss Gregory is coming up to the lectern, so...
Good morning, Carly Gregory, Manager of Marketing and Promotions.
Chair, Ms Gregory, I know in the risk management implications and talking about Tourism and Events Queensland, are they also contributing to this event as well?
Correct. So from the word go, when this event came to Queensland, it was always a bit of a partnership, we had separate agreements. So TEQ have an agreement with CMC, as do we. They've never been completely perfectly aligned, just at certain times. So our current agreement ends this month, May 2022. TEQ still have a year on their agreement with a 2-year option to extend.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. No other questions? Can I get a mover for recommendation? Thank you, Councillor Fechner. And a seconder, please. I'll second that. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Opening up for discussion now. No?
Yeah, just highlighting it's another really important event for the city, and it's one that we wish to retain. There are people in this world that really love country music, and they're absolutely
Yes, there are.
keen, and they're very keen to see this event return. I mean, it's been a long time between beers. It's a huge operation that they bring here. The economic impact for the city is huge. I mean, accommodations full, restaurants full. And I think it's a really great opportunity. And those people who come to CMC every year or every time the event is hosted, this year will be, the next event that they host will be particularly special because they'll get to see our beautiful new revitalised CBD as well. So the flow-on effects of that and, the stories that they might tell about their experience in the city of Ipswich will look and feel a lot different. So some great opportunities there. And again, I fully support council getting behind CMC Rocks.
Wonderful, thank you. Coming from a family where I had to endure my dad listening to Slim Dusty on a daily basis, there are many people that love country music. I myself do enjoy it from time to time. But yeah, this event is huge. It's huge for our city. It's huge for the state. A number of acquaintances go there, and it's a huge event that everyone talks about. So looking forward to that coming into our city. Any other discussion? No. Oh, yep.
If I may, Chair, just from the report, it talked about the first 3 years that CMC came to Ipswich brought around 40,000 people and injected an estimated $18 million into the local economy. So this is council being that, I guess, that catalyst to support economic development in our city and raise the profile of our city. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely being like that key to unlock opportunity for all our businesses and community. So can I ask for a vote on this item? All those in favour? Excellent, unanimous and carried. And item 4 is our Queensland Small Business Month activity update. So the recommendation is that the report be received and the contents noted. Would anyone like to speak to the relevant council officer on this one? No? Can I grab a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Fechner, and a seconder. Thank you, Mayor. Opening up for discussion. So I'm excited about May, obviously. I use the word excited too much, but it's genuine. Small Business Month is a big deal, and it's a big deal for our city. We have really paved the way in building relationships with our small business owners in Ipswich since we've been elected, and that is reflected on our relationships that we've got with the Chamber of Commerce's in Ipswich and in Greater Springfield. We've got that Small Business Friendly Council initiative that we guided and helped deliver. Our Small Business Resilience and Growth Funding program has rounded out now, and we had that opportunity to help 153 small businesses. I ran into Sean from Smoke and Fire. He was spotted a mile away because of the smoke, literally. But he's a local Bellbird Park resident that was in construction and lost his employment during COVID. So he fabricated a food truck and got started on his passion, and we've helped him with a e-commerce platform through this resilience package that will help him keep the profit margin from the sales of his food instead of a portion going to apps that probably can't be named. But, you know, when small businesses don't have the buying power like other large franchised food businesses do, they can really miss out on that profit margin. And he's a local resident, he's got a family to feed, and so this is where we can make a difference. So I'm really proud of that. I think that our programs touch, are really thought out, and they touch a lot of small businesses in ways that will help them lift, grow and remain resilient. So really proud of the team for that one. So we've got, there's a number of items in the report. Would anyone else want to add to the discussion? Yes, Mayor.
If I may, Chair, small businesses are the largest employer in Australia. It's so imperative that we support small businesses because of the jobs they provide, but the services they deliver. We saw even with COVID recently how important it was to have our local businesses be supported, because they do employ so many people locally and provide those essential services. And we saw when we can't get things from overseas or further afield, interstate, the impact. So I guess people often say shop local. It's very imperative. And I say, as someone who was a former small business owner myself, you know, small business owners, where the risk, they have the joy as well. But I think it's really important for us as a community to support our local businesses. And I'm delighted that our council was the first council in Queensland to become a small business friendly council, and that we do stay so connected with our small business community.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I think it's vital. They don't have fair work or wage provisions to fall back on. You know, some of them, they're running at a loss and mortgaging their homes to get through. And some clients that I've seen in my accounting practice, when you do the crunch the numbers, they're on like a $2 per hour wage, but their employees are on like $45, and they don't understand that. And it's a real responsibility when it comes to running a small business. So anything that we can do in our end, our humble little end, to help cut red tape and assist them, I'm happy to be doing that. So I will grab a vote now. All those in favour? Wonderful. And it is unanimous and carried. And that draws the committee to a close at 11:21. Thank you all for attending. The next committee will be on in 11:32.